Hey folks, AJ again with another Dungeon Alchemist video. Someone asked on one of my recent videos about making an outdoor setting, specifically a house or maybe the entrance to a dungeon next to a river, and so we're going to do just that. Let me get myself a nice big map here. We're going to go 50 by 50. We're going to go grasslands terrain with a flat elevation. We're going to go meadow. Um, you know what? Let's see. Let's do forest because I like forest better. Do a nice thick evergreen forest with a river and create and I made the map too big. It's having a hard time populating it. Okay, so as you can see, this map is beautiful. It is one click. It is already ready to go. If I wanted to run a forest encounter, I would just export this as it stands. But what if I wanted to make some adjustments? Say I don't like this S bend in the river, right? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Rivers wind, but I don't want this one to wind. So how would I fix that? Well, the water layer on a Dungeon Alchemist map is just below the surface layer. Like, I don't know, just a little bit below the surface layer. So what I can do is I can flatten the terrain, right? I'll just close this off and erase the river there, erase that bend. And now I can lower the terrain. I'm going to shrink my cursor just a bit so that it's more the size of the river. And by simply lowering the terrain, I can add more river. Now that's a little bit fatter than the rest of the river and it looks kind of goofy. So what I'm going to do is go back and flatten the terrain again and bring it up to where I want it, and that looks just about perfect. Now, you'll notice that Dungeon Alchemist has populated the map with lots and lots of stuff. Rocks and trees and bushes and stumps and such. If I wanted to build I want to make this an encounter, but I want the players to have something to defend. That click and hold middle mouse button to drag like that. Just got to make sure that you're in the three-dimensional view. If you click here, this little wheel up here, a little box, it'll bring it to a regular top-down menu, and you won't be able to twist and drag like that. But this is what it's going to look like on your virtual tabletop, on your VTT map, Fantasy Grounds, or above VTT, which is something that I discovered recently. It's stupid good. A friend of mine discovered it one day and ran a game for us the next. So I'm going to be making some above VTT videos pretty soon. Of course, we'll be integrating Dungeon Alchemist. But I can take this rock, right, and I can move it. Now you'll see that Dungeon Alchemist will say, oh, you can't put it there because it's on top of another rock, but you can move it there. I can put it wherever I want to that it'll fit. I could rotate it if I feel like it, or I could simply click and delete it, or I could use the delete key. I'm going to make a cabin right here at the bend of the river, and I can delete these elements or I can move them. I'm just going to move them for now, although it's easy enough to delete them and pick them up again later from copying from some other element or something. But let's do a quick village. We'll go with farmstead layout. We'll make it there. Okay, and then we're going to add an addition over here and a small addition back here, and we'll call that good. And we'll watch Dungeon Alchemist do its magic. Folks, I have been using Dungeon Alchemist for a week or two now. I don't know, since it came out, and I'm still just amazed. by how easy and how beautiful that is. These procedurally generated rooms filled with decorations. Now this one is kind of odd because it's got 4 wash tubs in it. I don't want 4 wash tubs in my... Nope, 3 wash tubs and a stove. So, yeah, look at how gorgeous that is. Oh man, I just can't get over that. So we're going to need some furniture. We will go ahead and place some furniture. Let's drop a rustic table there. Now it's just a coffee table, right? It's kind of a small table, but I want it to be an actual table, so I can just boom, blow it up a little bit, right? It doesn't have to be what the developers say it is. It can be whatever I want it to be, because that's awesome. That's how Dungeon Alchemist works. The table options are just crazy good here. All kind of great stuff. I can't... Oh, hey, you know what? That's a far better table. That's exactly what I'm looking for. A table with food and some chairs. Now, let's do that. And if I don't want... Let's see. I don't want 6 chairs. I can go ahead and edit that after it's been placed. Cut it down to 4 chairs. I can rotate the chairs to make them look kind of used and lived in. Whoops. There we go. Because who pushes the chairs back in at their dining room table, right? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Misclick there. Day 9 would not be happy with my misclick. I'm sorry, Sean. I still love you. Alright. Put the candelabra there. Now, that's just, hey, there we go. That's how easy it is. It's just so easy. If you are still waiting to pull the trigger on purchasing Dungeon Alchemist, I don't know why. Alright, so we got our door here. I got our front door here. We're gonna move the front door. Oh, my computer froze up. Alright, there we go. Gonna move the front door over here just a bit. Make sure that it makes sense on the inside. We'll put that stuff where the door was. So there's a clear pathway. We'll even get rid of that pillar just because I don't think we need it. And that one too. There we go. Now we got these pillars over here. Good. Now we got our front door. Let's go back to our environment tools, our environment setting. We'll click up here on Paint Terrain and lower our brush size a bit. Let's go back to our top-down view. The door is here. So we're going to paint ourselves a trail leading up to the river. Now we can paint over this because it's only going to paint the terrain, so it won't discolor the room that we've placed. Grab that bush and move it. Get rid of these elements that we don't. Whoop, and just get rid of that. All right, now we'll come back to place objects. And there it is. There it is. All right. Gonna stick a rowboat there. Now I know the river's not wide enough, or not. I know the river is too narrow to accommodate that boat, but I can shrink the boat. We'll put some oars on the boat just for decorative purposes there. Whoop, there we go. And really, that's all you need to do. That's a gorgeous battle map. Highly detailed. High definition. Like if we zoom in, we can see the grain in the boards on the floor. And you can see how big these squares are. Your players are going to see that, and it's just going to wow them. So I hope that was helpful. Making a map and rerouting the river. And I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything else you'd like to see. Again, my name is AJ, and this has been the amazing virtual table or virtual map making program called Dungeon Alchemist.